What's going on, everybody? I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller. Welcome to another installment of Microbrand Monday. Now today, we're going to be taking a look at a watch from Horon Watches, and it seems to be a pretty straightforward microbrand diver. Some great specs. We're going to take a look at all of this and more. However, there's one frustrating thing about this watch. The watchmaker left out the pricing. Like on the spec sheet, on the press release, there's no pricing. That's a dangerous game, watchmaker. Here's why. Now I'm forced to review this watch and then let you, the viewers, know what I think this watch should be priced at. So it's gonna be a huge bummer if the watch, deviates from what I think the watch is worth, but hey, it is what it is. So if you're a fan of wristwatches and you don't take anything too seriously, then please go ahead, subscribe if you haven't already, and then go ahead and find that like button. Cradle it in your hands, set it very gently down on the ground. Then I want you to take your heaviest pair of boots and stomp on that like button. It is 1:16 p.m. Let's get down to business. Alright, this watch features a 316L stainless steel case and bracelet. We're getting a 42mm diameter, a 49mm lug to lug, a 14.5mm case thickness, 22mm lugs, so if you don't like the bracelet, you have some options there. There's one thing I really do like about changing the bracelet. We'll talk about that in a moment. This watch is powered by a Sellita SW201 automatic. Of course, you're getting hacking hand wind. This is a Swiss workhorse movement. I'm very happy to see this on the watch as opposed to an NH35. This is the year that I level my vendetta against the NH35. You're getting a threaded crown with a 300-meter water resistance rating, a dual guilloche dial that we're going to take a look at in a moment. Really nice detailing on this watch. You're getting a double domed sapphire with AR coating and a two-tone ceramic bezel insert. Of course, that is a unidirectional diving bezel. And as far as lume goes, you are getting BGW9 and some Superluminova C3 lume. Now, typically, I complain about the BGW9, but on this watch, it actually does look good. That two-tone lume, they pulled it off very nicely. So right off the bat, the spec sheet looks great, right? Really good on paper. However, there are some things initially that I like and I don't like, so let's just get into the pros and cons. The first pro, dial, not boring at all, super duper captivating. That dual guilloche, it plays with the light. That inner dial, it's almost trippy how it plays with the light, almost looks like carbon fiber in a way. Really, really cool. The bezel feels super functional as far as the tolerances and ratcheting. I would give it my seal of approval for pizza roll timing. Throw the seal up gato. However, there is something about the bezel that I'm also going to talk about during the cons, so stay tuned for that. Great movement, really nice display case back, some tasteful decoration on the rotor. And remember when I mentioned that there was something about the bracelet I really did like? Has to do with the quick release spring bars. So, although this watch does not utilize drilled lugs, switching out that bracelet should be easy because you're using those quick release spring bars. However, this is going to be kind of con territory. I still would prefer drilled lugs because let's be honest, once you take that bracelet off, whatever strap you choose to replace it with may not use quick release spring bars. So that's where drilled lugs really would help. So yeah, wish this had drilled lugs. And moving on to another thing that I really do like about the bracelet, it's the clasp, okay? Really nice locking retention and a diver's extension, nice ratcheting feel, super functional, doesn't feel cheap at all. Good job. Moving on to the cons, okay? So first we do have to talk about that bezel. Although it feels very good as far as ratcheting motion and tolerances, it's not wobbly at all. It does instill confidence. It's kind of slippery a little bit, all right? Those cuts just scream Omega Seamaster along with that handset. Seems to be almost, dare I say, an homage? It's a naughty word nowadays. But yeah, I don't like those kind of angular stylized cuts on the bezel, and I would prefer some actual knurling or serrations. Again, those cuts with that handset just look like an Omega Seamaster, and also it's kind of slippery when you're actuating the bezel. So yeah, let's change up that design, in my opinion. Another thing is, I'm gonna repeat it. I wish this watch had drilled lugs. Every dive watch should have drilled lugs regardless of quick release spring bars, because not every strap you change to it will also utilize quick release spring bars. So simply for ease of use, drill those lugs, baby. So here's where we get to my conclusion, and this is going to be a little bit precarious because, again, I don't have a bearing in regards to what their pricing will be. This is going to be a Kickstarter watch. I don't think their Kickstarter is even live yet, but when we look at the specs, when we look at the execution, what do I think this watch should be ballpark? I could see this being a true contender around $600 to $700. Here's why. All right, a 300-meter water resistance rating, an incredibly smooth crown, really nice specs in regards to the Swiss movement, dual guilloche dial, really nice dual loom, and some really interesting details like a loomed date wheel and a loomed crown. These are nice little touches that you don't see with a lot of mass-produced watches. However, I could see them pushing the price up beyond that because this is a Microbrand, and I don't know. I've been surprised before, but for the $600 to $700 mark, I could see this truly being a contender. But guys, let me know what you think about this Microbrand diver. Would you be interested? Do you have anything that you think could compete with this? And where do you think this watch should fall on the pricing spectrum? And remember, guys, if you enjoy wristwatches, but you don't take anything too seriously, please consider subscribing to this channel. And then I want you to find that like button, all right? Very gently cradle it in your arms, set it down ever so gently, take your heaviest pair of boots and stomp on that like button right now. All right, guys, and there you have it. Thanks for hanging out with me today on this installment of Microbrand Monday. Thank you to Horon Watches for sending me this watch to review. We're going to be going on and sending it back because it is a prototype, but we appreciate the support from all of you guys. Go ahead, join the channel memberships if you're interested. Check out my personal website, thetimetellershop.com. That is the #1 place to find affordable vintage luxury watches, and don't start watch collecting gear. That's the only place you can get it, guys, so jump on it while we still have all that gear. And yeah, if you're into cars, go ahead, subscribe to T3 Time to Drive, and I will just catch you on the next one. Okay, guys, stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller, and always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it.